Hey guys, welcome to Health Talks with Books. I am Books and here I talk about health. Generally my life story after I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, but I also like to try to talk about different health conditions and how they affect you or the body in general, you know, just to give you more information about different conditions out there like diabetes and cholesterol and high blood pressure and stroke and so forth. But yeah, anyway, welcome. I am back. I tend to disappear for quite some time. I am trying very hard not to, but thank you for your support all the time, even though I'm very inconsistent. For those who are new to my channel, do subscribe if you like to find out more about different health conditions, and if you are just looking to find out more about MS, about how you can try and manage disease and still live a pretty good life, because I talk about that and tell you more about my story, my life, and my journey to living a very lovely and amazing life. And if you have already subscribed to my channel, thank you. Keep on doing that. Share, like, comment, do all those things, and let's let this channel grow and help more and more people. Alright, so now there is actually a reason why I haven't been consistent, and I want to share that with you today. So I have been on a new MS treatment, multiple sclerosis treatment called Mavenclad. I want to tell you guys more about it today, let you know the side effects, what it's about, or what it does to the body, and just, you know, how it impacted me and so forth. If you have a loved one who is on Mavenclad and just want to get more information about it, or if you want to go on Mavenclad and want more information about it. But I just have to say that this is my experience. Doctors know way better than I do. So if your doctor says that you should go on something else, I would say go with your doctor, but you are more than welcome to get more information on more treatments out there before you decide on what you want for yourself. Alright, so let's get into this video and see more about Mavenclad. So yes, Mavenclad is a treatment or a prescribed medication for relapsing remitting multiple sclerosis, as well as secondary progressive multiple sclerosis. I was diagnosed with relapsing remitting multiple sclerosis in 2014, so that would be 7 years now. 7 years, yes, I was right. Maths was with me. Those years in high school did help. That was 7 years ago, and I've been on 4 different treatments prior to Mavenclad. The reason why I ended up going on to Mavenclad is because my doctor felt like the MS was a bit more aggressive at the time, and thought that this treatment was going to help me better. And so we motivated, started the treatment, and now we're finally done the treatment. So I want to give you my input on it. So yes, Mavenclad is for MS treatment. It is a 2-year treatment course at a time, if that makes sense. So it's 2 years. So I had my 2 years now, and then I could wait another 5 years until I have my next 2 years, or another 20 years before I have my next 2 years, or maybe I'll never have my next 2 years. You know, it's kind of new in the marketish, and it kind of treats people differently, but the aim is to decrease the progression of MS like indefinitely, I guess. So yeah, so I've had my 2 years of the treatment, and what it is you have between, I'm actually not sure, but I'm going to say what I had 6 pills last year. So I'm lying, 12 pills last year, so 6 in June, 6 in July, and then I had 12 pills again this year, 6 in July and 6 in August. All right, and It aims to drop your immune system like super low by affecting the growth of new antibodies in your body. So the aim is to try stop the growth of new MS antibodies in the body, or like, you know, halter it. So it drops your immune system by doing that. Only problem is that it's not selective to just MS antibodies. It kind of affects all antibodies. So I did have a period where my antibodies in general were very low. Okay, so then it does that over the 2 months that you take the medication, and once you've done your 12 pills, then your body is given the opportunity to regrow or to regenerate new antibodies in the body as you grow. So it kills your immune system for a little while, and then your body can naturally now increase the amount of antibodies and immune cells in your body, with the hope that there is a decrease in the number of MS antibodies in the body. That's how I take it. That's my understanding of what the medication does. I'm not 100% sure that that is exactly it, but it's what made sense to me. So yeah, I did that. I had 2 periods on the treatment where my immune system was very low, last year and this year, and now it's building very slow compared to last year. I think last year took me 4 months to get to a normal person's immune system level, and this year it's taking like very long. But it's okay because I'm not stuck at home anymore. I can mingle and meet people and see my friends, which is great. I obviously do have to be a little bit more careful because COVID is still a thing in the world, and even though I have a chance to fight against COVID, it's not as strong as the people of not immunocompromised, you know. So yeah. Now, it did have a terrible impact on me because COVID said, hello world, I am here. I want to do things that are not nice to all of you. And I started this treatment that kills my immune system when COVID started. Like, how is that supposed to work? Like, how does that, like, please, can you explain how I'm meant to live my life if COVID decided to come and now I started this medication that dropped my immune system to a point where I can't fight against COVID? It was not fun, and that had an impact on me in terms of, like, I had to self-quarantine or self-isolate until my immune system was strong enough to fight against COVID. And like I said, last year it took 4 years. Last year it took 4 months to do that. This year I was a little bit naughty and went out a little early. I stayed in isolation for 3 months compared to last year, but COVID's adapted in a good way, I guess. So my body can fight against it quite well now, which is good. But the impact was that I had to go into self-quarantine or self-isolation for that period of time, both last year and this year, to allow my immune system to regenerate. That meant no going to the shops, no mingling with friends, no mingling with family. No one was allowed to enter the house without a mask, without sanitizer, without ventilation. Like, it was so strict, and they could not stay there for long. If they wanted to come see me and say hello, they had to stand down there in the driveway while I was up here on the other side, because the risk was just too high for me. And it meant that my mom, who I live with, is also had to sort of self-quarantine during that time, because we were obviously in close contact. So if anything happened to her in terms of COVID, it would have been passed on to me, because yeah, we lived together. So it was very, very tough for the both of us, but I'm actually quite happy that I had my mom go through it with me. Mentally, it was more difficult for me this year than it was last year to do the isolation, but it is a process, and the end goal or the outcome was worth the process, if that makes sense. Yeah. So the side effects that I had on the medication were not that bad. You read the pamphlets and it says possible side effects, and then you get scared and all this. So I got scared at different things that is on the pamphlet, which you can look on Google. I'll put a link in the description. But I'm going to tell you what I had specifically. It was, my memory loses me sometimes, so if I pause, please do be patient. I had a lot of common colds. Common colds was very common for me during, literally from when I started the treatment. It is still common for me now, like 4 or 5 months after the treatment period, and that's because my immune system had decreased quite substantially. So it's kind of like, my body is saying, it's like trying to get more viruses in and to build more antibodies. So it just meant that I got infections very, very often. Like, I think at the time it was once a week I'd have an infection, and then I'd take the flu meds and do this and that and that and that, and then I decided I can't keep on taking flu meds. This is too unhealthy and bad for my body and my liver. So I decided to find natural ways to try prevent and manage the infections, which I am still doing and which are working very, very well, and I will share those in another video. But what it felt like really was just as if I had allergy symptoms common, like all the time, like like with spring and pollen, you sneeze a lot. It felt like that, just I did not need pollen for that to happen. And then the other symptom or side effect that I had was fatigue or lack of energy to do like simple things. It felt like my body was taking a toll. Like the medication was strong and I could not keep up with it. That's what it felt like. The active ingredient is cladribine, which I have researched to see that it is used as chemotherapy. So I call this medication targeted chemo because it doesn't kill all cells, just the specific cells that it targets, and the dose is not as high as that as cancer patients. So it feels, I would say I get like a very, very, very mild side effect of taking chemotherapy in terms of the loss of energy. So walking from my room to make food took a toll. I got headaches and I just didn't want to do anything. But also my mental health wasn't so strong, and mental health also does make you tired. Depression and all that, does make you tired and all as well. So there was quite a lot of factors playing into the lack of energy. But the main symptom that I had, or side effect that I had, was the common colds. They were just way too common. But yeah, so that is pretty much what Mavenclad is, and why I did end up taking it and so forth. The nice thing about this treatment is that it is a 2-year treatment plan. That means that from August 2021, I stopped taking medication for multiple sclerosis, and that is for an indefinite period of time. It could be for the rest of my life. It could be for 20 years, for 5 years, for 10 years. It all depends on my body and how I end up managing MS now after this treatment. So it did have also a lot of good things to it, because like I said, I don't have to take medication anymore, which makes traveling easier and all, not always having to remember to take this pill and blah 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 blah. But there's also the nice the nice thing is that it taught me how to take control of my health and find ways to love my body and love myself more in terms of diet and meditation, exercise, and so forth. And it's given me a lot of tools that I can use in the future to better manage my health, like 10 times better than what I was doing before. And I guess as much as I hated going on this treatment last year because of the limiting factors I had because of COVID and having to be in isolation and having to stop work and then dealing with just the stress of dealing with a hectic medication, I'm actually quite grateful that I did it. You know, like all goals that we have are so great. You know, I want that mansion, I want that car, I want that private jet, but the process to get that mansion or that car or that private jet is not fun. It's not easy, and there's a lot of self-development that takes place. So, you know, if you are someone that is likely to go on to this medication, I hope this video does help and give you a little bit of an insight to what Mavenclad is and how, and sort of help you see the good in it, you know, like the pros to taking this medication and utilizing it to take control of your health. And if someone's on the medication, be there for them. If they were also told to self-isolate because of COVID, it's not easy. It really isn't easy for them. Like if you are self-isolating with them, it's 10 times harder for the person taking the medication. So I ask that you are there for them and that you just support them. And I also want to just say thank you for being there for them and for supporting them. I would not have been able to get through these past 2 years if it wasn't for my mom, if it wasn't for my friends and family always video calling me, if it wasn't for me using this time to see the goal of becoming a better person, a healthier person, and being able to share my life with all of you guys and hopefully have an impact in your guys' life and support you in one way or another. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much Mavenclad, my experience of Mavenclad. And yes, like I said, it is my experience. Please, if your doctor says that Mavenclad is not something you should be taking, or your loved one, whatever, should not be taking it, trust your doctor. They know what's best for you. At the end of the day, they took an oath for that. This, you are obviously allowed to have a lot of options and know all your options that might work for you before you make a decision. I found that knowing my options, knowing the side effects, the risks, the goals and so forth is much better in terms of me being more active in my health than just having someone tell me what to do, and not tell me why I must do it. Alright guys, so this is my experience. I'm not saying that Mavenclad's for you. I'm not saying Mavenclad's not for you. I'm not saying that Mavenclad's bad. I'm not saying that it's good. I'm saying my experience of it. Although, well, like all things, although there was a process, it was difficult and tough and I didn't like it and so forth, I have a better outlook on this medication, and I'm actually very grateful that I had the opportunity to be on it. Alright guys, that is it. I am happy to be back. I'm hoping to be more consistent, and I do really want to share my mental health story with you guys. I think it is very serious, mental health issues, and I feel like it's not spoken about enough throughout the world, especially now with COVID. So I really am going to share that video. It's likely to be next after this one. Do stay tuned for that one. I think you really will enjoy it and benefit from it. If you know of anybody who will benefit from my life journey or needs a bit of that motivation or wants to know more about different health conditions, do share my page or my channel with them, please, and let them subscribe and hop on board. I'm really looking forward to touching more lives and supporting more people, but I need your help to do that. Okay, I hope you guys have a great Christmas. Yeah, it's the end of the year already, guys. What happened? I don't know. Like, when you get into the beginning of the year, it feels like you're not going to get to the end, and then you get to the end and you're like, what happened to the year? That's literally where I am right now. This 2-year process felt like 10 years, but now I'm at the end and I'm like, oh, okay, it felt like a year. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy how fast the year goes. And I hope you guys are all keeping safe. You must all have a Merry Christmas. All have a Happy New Year. And I will see you guys soon with another video on Health Talks with Books. Bye. Sorry, allergies. But thanks guys for watching. If you want to see more videos, do click on one of them over here. Or if you want to see my channel, do click on the little round thingy at the bottom of this page thing. Alright guys, I will definitely see you soon with a new video about my life, my journey, or health condition. Enjoy, hop on board, subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.